Good morning. It is 9:35 a.m. on a Friday, and normally I would be super lazy and not do too much today, but I'm still waiting on a film scoring project that I'm on, and I feel like writing just for fun. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like and just let you hang out with me in the studio. I've turned on my computer. My dog Chewy really wants to hang out in the bedroom instead of the living room, so I just let him in. Anyways, yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna write today. I'll be doing a voiceover while you see me compose from scratch, and we're just gonna chill and hang out, and yeah, let's get to the studio. Okay, so while I'm setting up there, trying to plug in my MIDI keyboard again, I just want to talk about how I've been feeling about social media lately and why I've been posting so much on YouTube compared to my Instagram. I actually talked to a bunch of you guys yesterday. Shout out to Daniel Keating, Leo, Amaya, and others. I don't know, meeting you guys through Zoom, having a real conversation just made me realize how much better social media is when you're actually connecting with people versus just getting likes and follows. And I just would never have met you you guys if we hadn't connected through DMs and then set up a call. And for the longest time I feel like Instagram has been a love-hate relationship in that it's given me a lot of opportunities, but also it feels just so much more shallow compared to YouTube. And I'm really starting to love... I'm starting to explore percussion now. Nothing exciting is happening here. I'm just messing around at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. You'll see what I make. Anyways, yeah, I just felt like social media should be something that enhances my creativity rather than takes away from it. And I really feel like long form content like this, where I'm just being totally real and honest and I don't feel like I need to put on, a face or pretend to be more than I really am. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it just feels like Instagram has been going downhill. To be honest, one of you the other day, shout out to Gabriel, kind of reminded me how important it is to have a genuine relationship with you guys and not just make stuff for the algorithm, to always have you guys in mind and also myself in mind, my well-being in mind. I know the B-roll text reels have been really popular on Instagram and they perform really well compared to my more vulnerable kind of reels. The other day I actually posted something and I knew it would flop, but in the moment I was like, you know what, I want to make this. I don't care. This is what I'm going through right now. This is my experience, and I've always thought of my social media as a place to document my experiences, my work, and the things I'm struggling with, the things that work for me, just everything, right? And so I don't know, the whole point is that I'm really liking YouTube because I get to be myself and it's more sustainable. With Instagram, I feel like I've been through a lot of changes, and when I first started, it felt a little bit easier to post something and really connect with people over it. And now, when I post something, most of you guys don't even see it, and most of it goes to new people, and it prioritizes growth and reach. And I don't know, I don't want more people. I just want you guys. I just want to hang out with you and get to know you and just have a real community around me instead of trying to get more random people, and then as far as business, helping the people that already love what I do versus trying to get even more people. Like, just doesn't make sense. Especially when I think about the stories I've heard, small creators having full-time income with their audience, which they know very well and they have a real relationship with. Like, that's what I want for like that side of my business. Like, I want to solve the problems that you guys have and not necessarily, reach as many people as possible. I don't know, like, also for me as an introvert, it's just kind of exhausting to meet new people all the time. Not that I don't like meeting you guys, but what I mean is I would not know what to do with like 1 million followers or whatever. Like, I'm not saying like I would get to that point. Like, I hope I don't. I don't know, like, that's weird. Yeah, I was talking to one of you guys about this yesterday, and it's just like, I don't know what I would do with that many people, and it feels like it would be a lot of pressure. And I feel like the way that I create is very much from a place of like fucking around, having fun, and just like whatever happens, and it's very chaotic. Like, I haven't really talked about my composing so far, but look, it's been like, I don't know, 6 minutes into this vlog, and I still haven't written anything but like some hi-hat like ride thing. So I feel like my social media should fit into how I naturally like to create rather than like take away, is like the whole point of me rambling here. But yeah, like when I compose like this, my brain, honestly, it's like kind of empty. Like, I feel very at peace when I'm doing this kind of thing, and there's like no pressure to turn anything in, and there's like no one waiting for me, which is why I do it. So I know I opened this vlog saying that I was like waiting for another project, and this is like a pretty common experience, at least for me, in film. Either you're like in limbo and you're like waiting for someone to get back to you, or you're waiting for a reply so you can start work, or you're just like, working your butt off and trying to make the deadline. So I'm still in film composer limbo, and I just wanted to also show you that that is a reality for me. Like, I am not working on film scores like 24/7 all the time. I have projects lined up through the year, but okay, Jessica. I didn't need to do that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not doing music all the time, and I actually like it that way because I get to play around like this. And I know what I'm doing right now is not that impressive. It's pretty bad, to be honest. And I'm just like improvising and doing random shit like that. But in the end, I know that whatever I do with this piece of music, it provided value for me, like just on its own. Like, it may not be in a film score one day. It may not lead to an album or anything remarkable. Honestly, when I am playing this bad music, making this bad music, I feel good because it's for me, and I'm just messing around, and I'm just like a little kid scribbling with crayons and markers and paint, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll make something, which I actually only got to like 22 seconds, and then I like changed to something else because I got distracted and I wanted to see what my guitar strings sounded like, because I changed it the other day for the first time, and I'd never done that before. So yeah, I guess like the image you might have of me as like this girl who like seems to have it all put together, and she like knows how to get film scoring work and blah blah blah. Like, underneath all of that is this like chaotic person who's just like, yeah, I don't know, I have an idea, like, let's go chase that idea. Like, oh, I have this idea, let's go chase that idea. Like, this is honestly maybe the closest I've come to showing you what goes on in my brain. Like, me talking right now, and then you seeing me, and also me seeing me. It's like kind of a weird experience to be like, oh, that's me composing, and I'm like, I'm doing so badly, but whatever. Um, Anyways, yeah, all that to say that I really like YouTube because I get to do this and it provides value for me as well. Um, okay, let's see where I go with this. I don't think I got any farther than like 4 or 5 tracks, but let's see, what am I doing now? I'm trying to start layering Glock on the flute, which is like a pretty common thing to do. I guess I'm going for something more like tense and suspenseful. Let's see. So I'm like using some shortcuts that I've learned, and like the option drag one like doesn't always work perfectly, so I had to do it again. Uh, yeah, you see the music that you guys might have heard on my portfolio is like great, right? But then like this music is like complete shite. Like it's pretty common for me. Yeah, I honestly wasn't thinking about whether this idea was good or not. I was like, it's an idea, and I just kept going. Yeah, the Glock and the flute were not lining up, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I decided to scrap it. Yeah, there you go. I got rid of it. And then I'm like rearranging it a little bit because I want to introduce bassoon first. So let's see. Yeah, out of BBC Symphony Corps, my favorites have been the solo woodwinds, not the wind ensembles, but the solos. And specifically the shorter articulations I thought were pretty nice. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out a line, something with some chromaticism in it. Then I'm gonna change it to staccatissimo because it sounds better, and like that's kind of what my playing informed. I was doing some short notes on the keyboard, so it makes sense to change the articulation to match. And then I have a little bit of dynamics in my playing, which is nice. Yeah, no, that last part was a no. Honestly, if I was gonna go work on this again, I might play around with textures more because melody is not the driving force of the music here. I can say that because I'm looking back now, but in the moment, I wasn't really thinking that way. I was more like, ooh, I like this. Ooh, this is what my brain's doing. Like, let's go try that. So it's very much like it feels like your brain is like quiet and active at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, I know you guys probably have heard of like the flow state and whatever. Like, I'm not qualified to talk about that. I'm not, productivity guru girl, but what I do know about myself is that when I have an idea, the quicker I can get it out like in front of me, the easier it is to kind of pick and choose like what I like and don't like. Because if I just sit there staring at the blank page, without having something to react to, then it's very hard for me to make any progress at all. And I know like there might be some differing opinions on like relying on your DAW and like samples over like your inner ear, and how like, oh, I'm switching to electric bass now. Yeah, honestly, I should have the cable to like for the direct input like right next to my desk the whole time, but I've been like in the process of cleaning up my studio and like rearranging things. I'm actually going to get rid of my baby grand soon. I've just been like putting it off because it's kind of a sentimental thing. Like this condo is not a great place for it. It's way too loud and the space is just too small. So I'm probably going to, give it to like a consignment thingy where they like basically sell it for you and then they give you the money if it gets sold. And then I'll probably inherit my fiance's family's upright piano, which is a Yamaha, which honestly like suits my sound a lot better. Okay, that's a little too much. I'm so sorry if your ears are hurting. I promise I'll turn that down so it doesn't hurt as much. Yeah, I have so much to learn about music production. Yeah, it's out of tune, so I'm just like trying to quickly tune it with the piano, which you can't hear. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to really clean up the studio and only have things that I really use. I've always been the kind of person that uses something until it breaks, or it doesn't. Like I'll just keep using it to the point where like you probably should get something else or like upgrade. I don't know if that's like necessarily a good thing, but yeah, I try to really use the equipment that I have, that I've bought or I've been gifted. And actually the MIDI keyboard you see on my desk, I had that since I was in college, which was not that long ago. Or was it? I don't know. 4 years is a long time ago now. Yeah, like that costs like $100 or something, and it's still the most used piece of equipment I have. I used it when I was on GarageBand, learning how to compose for the first time, and use sample libraries, do mock-ups, and film score. And I don't know, I just like really loved how convenient it was, and it just looks really nice on my desk. So anyways, yeah, I am always cleaning. Like when I get really stressed, actually clean my studio. Like that's the first thing that I clean. And this was a habit I picked up from my days studying science and trying to become a doctor, blah blah blah. Yeah, whenever I got stressed, I would clean. And I feel like I want to be the person that cleans regularly and always has like this clean studio, like clean house to come to. But like, to be honest, I'm one of those people that like when they get really excited about something, they just kind of forget about everything else, and my environment just kind of suffers for that. It gets a little messy. I have like coffee cups and glasses everywhere. I have snacks on my desk, wrappers on the table. Yeah, anyways, what have I done so far? Got some hats. I got a bass line going, which isn't even good, but whatever. I found something that I liked, so I'm trying to put that in. Yeah, I ended up naming this track Penguin Suspense. The bassoon line reminds me of like a penguin waddling, and then the suspense obviously comes from the hats and the like descending bass line, which kind of adds like this element of like sleek and cool, which is why I said it reminds me of Madagascar penguins. Like you'll see what I mean later. But yeah, this is honestly not my best work. It's pretty lame for what I expect of myself. And honestly, if you're still watching this, like there's nothing stopping you from just like sharing your process and doing what I'm doing right now. I think it's just like,
this is from my home score for
okay, I'm about to play some guitar and like practice recording it. It sounds so much better with new strings and the pick. Like when I recorded this guitar for my first feature film, I had really old strings, don't even know how old, and I did not have a pick, and I also did not know how to record guitar properly. And honestly, I'm still not sure I know how to record guitar properly. I've watched some tutorials on YouTube, but with like the specific mic that I have, the specific like studio environment that I have, I'm like playing around with mic placement and other audio editing shenanigans to like figure out what kind of sound that I like. I know there's like no one way to do anything, so you see me here playing around with the mic placement. I know generally it's going to be around the neck there, like not facing the hole, because it's going to get super boomy if I do that. And yeah, I did not know that when I recorded it for my feature film, so it doesn't sound perfect, but it has a very like warm quality in the film score, and here it's a lot more bright. And obviously the guitar is still out of tune because the strings are new.
Oh, wow, that made a huge difference.
I also talk to myself when I compose. Not even just like when the camera is on, but like I'll hum to myself, sing to myself, and like say out loud like, oh, that was bad, or oh yeah, I like this. It's so silly. But I don't know, do you guys talk to yourselves when you compose? Oh yeah, sorry, the guitar went in mono here. Yeah, the chords are very easy, and obviously since I wrote them, there's something that I can play. I wish I could get better at guitar, but it's just like not a priority right now. I always sucked at bar chords, and I just never developed the calluses and the muscle and the patience for it. So I kind of just do whatever is easy for me. Honestly, that explains a lot of my composing, including for piano. Even though I had classical piano training, like on and off for like, I don't know, 10 years? And like that finger picking pattern, I learned it from like trying to cover a K-pop song like back in the day. If anyone here listens to K-pop like from the 2010s, 21, yeah, you probably know what song I'm talking about. But yeah, like the random skills that I acquired by like never committing to anything is kind of like a ridiculous thing. Even the chords that I used to make this, like they came from songs that I tried to cover but just like never recorded, never completed. I just like reach for them when I compose because it's all I know. Like I didn't bother trying to systematically learn guitar. It was just like, I want to play this song, I want to play this song, and then I would just like have a bunch of chords randomly, and then when I was writing the film score, I just automatically grabbed those chords from all the different songs that I never completed and made my own music out of it. Yeah, and now I am improvising on top of what I played. This is not part of the original film score, but I just felt like doing this to see what the sound would be, like. Because this is my first time hearing the guitar like this clear. I'm used to it being very mellow and warm and like muddy. So I really liked how it sounded. And then I'm just doing this over and over again. Like, this is probably my number one time waster. Just like jamming like this and like never getting the perfect recording. And like I'm struggling to play on click right now because the way that I wrote this music was very laid back and like not at a strict tempo. Now I'm playing it with my finger, which is how I played it in the film score. It's a lot more wispy sounding, which is nice. Yeah, and I'm like swaying my body back and forth, so I know I like, I'm feeling the music. Funnily enough, I also do the same thing when I eat food that I like. Anyways, yeah, that's it for me. I ended up not writing after this, and I was like, yeah, I wrote something, and it was like about an hour. So I didn't really write anything amazing. Honestly, you can tell how rusty I am, but I just wanted to show you that sometimes when I do this kind of thing, the little idea that I come up with but don't necessarily like turn into a full song or anything, I just like save it. And then sometimes when I'm working on a film and I need something, I like revisit it. So I wrote something that I felt like sounded like a penguin, like trying to be like sneaky or something, kind of like the Madagascar penguin crew. I don't know, something about the bassoon line and then the electric bass kind of like made it fun for me. So I just labeled it as an idea and like put penguin suspense. So if I'm ever working on a film and I need something suspenseful but like quirky, I might like revisit this idea and then use it when I'm working. But yeah, I do this all the time and usually it doesn't lead anywhere, but when I am working on the film, it's really nice to just be able to pull from the past like that. Yeah, like you guys got to see a little bit of my creative process and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you soon. Bye.